Good day, guys, or good evening, or wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my Orchid channel, and if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe. It will be highly appreciated. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Down here is my Cattleya orchids from Lucke, and I've been going over them with the sprayer of water. A somewhat damp environment around the roots triggers and encourages some new root growth. And I'm not spraying the base or the rhizome or anything. And I kept all of the roots, even though most part of them are dead, of course, but you never know when it comes to Cattleya orchids. Look at this one. This one, I thought about cutting all the old roots off, but all of a sudden the old roots are branching down there. So it's not a good idea just to cut them all off, I think. So I'm waiting a bit, and now I got some more roots. So there are roots coming out basically everywhere from these guys already after 2.5 weeks. So, well, it's time for me to deal with them. So now I'm just going to place these guys into cups of water and cut off the old roots. The dead ones, that is. Alright. Lots of leca beams. This is going to be a semi-hydro project. And I have 2 types of leca beams. These are the ones from IKEA. Round ones, quite equal in size. And these are the guys from another store, Blomsterlandet. Quite large pieces of leca beams, I think. And these guys, the leca beans from IKEA, I've been washing them so well. I've been boiling them, I think, 3 times. Switched water and changed water and boiled them again, and so on and so forth. And I got the whole idea of measuring the parts per million on my leca beams from Ninja Orchid's channel. She made a video that's called Dirty Leca, My Mistakes 2.0. I was really thorough when I rinsed them in order to lower the total dissolved solution parts per million. And I got down to 131. So that leaves us with only about 20 parts per million stuff in my water. That actually comes from the leca beans themselves. Yay! And so I thought now it's about time to dry them. Put them on a tray and let them sit there until they dry. Until I want to use them for my semi-hydro project the next time. And now it is the next time. Now it's time to repot a few orchids. But I got a little bit curious, so I placed a couple of these leca beans into some water, as well as I placed these guys, the same amount, in another cup of water. And I let them sit there for 24 hours just to see what happens. So I got a little bit surprised this time. Let's see what it measures today. 222, so it's a bit lower than it measured last time. So that's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay, all right? It's lower, so that's a good thing. But with this IKEA leca beams, it almost looks like they're fermenting down there. Can you see it? The bubbles? Well, now let's see what it measures. Since these are the guys that I'm going to use up today. Well, 282. So what's the deal with these guys? I wonder. Well, a lot higher. But when I measured it last time, they were a lot lower parts per million than these guys were. So, and these guys, I did not even rinse thoroughly enough, I think. I was a little bit lazy when I rinsed them from the start. So it's a unpleasant discovery, but well, I'm still going to use this leca today. So my confusion in this case is, why are the leca beams getting a higher total dissolved solution after being rinsed, after being dried out, and then put back into water and measured again after 24 hours. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, well, I just got a little bit curious. Maybe this was a little bit of a sidestep, but I think you get the idea, okay? And up on the table are the rest of the guys that I got from my Lucke order. And this is a Phalaenopsis Bellina, Rolf Herrmann. I didn't repot it. I didn't do anything with it except for watering it a couple of times. And yeah, she's still doing great. Okay, not much to talk about, but well, growing root tips and stuff. It's okay with this guy, I like it. And here we have the one with the spike. Phalaenopsis Bellina green times 987. Let's see. Where's the spike? Yeah, the spike is here still. But it's going to take a couple of weeks before this buds, or the forming buds here, opens up. But it's a beautiful one, and the leaf is shiny and lovely, and it's growing on. As well as the roots are many and beautiful, and it's just been watered. And I didn't repot it, and I'm not going to repot it for a while, yeah? And this little fella is my Restrepia Mucifera, the one with the beautiful, delicate flowers to the back side. But it's doing great, and I didn't repot it. I just ripped it out of its pot and placed it with its old media to this basket, and added a few pieces of bark to the sides. That I did immediately when I got it, I think the first day or so. Okay? And this one is a Stanhopea Tigrina, a little guy that's got almost, or even more than 2 years to flowering size. And, well, I don't think it's, is this a growth, perhaps? Could be a growth, yes, but, well, it's doing okay, and I didn't repot it. You can sit here in its coconut husk chips for a while. And this one is my Dendrobium Chrysotoxum, or Chrysotoxum. I still don't know how to pronounce its name, but Dendrobium Chrysotoxum. And, yeah, I released it from its net basket. And, yeah, placed it into bark media. Only bark media, and some charcoal. And it's growing on. It's new, it's growth down there, as well as a large growth coming out here. This one was buried. I didn't see it until I released it from the net basket. It was trapped in there, so this one would never have been able to develop if I didn't repot this guy, if I didn't release it from the net basket. So that was a really good thing I did. So, yeah, so it's doing great. I think so. And we also got this one. I almost forgot it, but it's my Dendrobium Amethystoglossum, the one I repotted immediately. In the same evening, when I unboxed it, and it had this little new growth there, 2 centimeters tall, at the most. And now it's growing on. You can see some roots there, and the wick is there to the side to even up the moisture from the bottom up to the top of the pot a little bit more. And it's sitting in this unrinsed, shall we say, 285 parts per million solution leca beans, and I don't really seem to doing this guy any harm, so but overall it's doing great. Well, this is yet another sidestep, but I just figured I wanted to show you this. It's a lamp from IKEA with this little stand here, suitable for placing a outside container with some small Phalaenopsis seedlings in. And the light reaches over even to fit this one. So I only have to have one lamp on. They're growing on nicely, my little Phalaenopsis seedlings, I think. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you. Some pieces of microfiber cloth I'm going to cut in order to use as wicks to the bottom of the pots. Some assorted suitable pots, preferably with flat air cones. Yeah, and some smaller size pots. And here's the orchid, the first one up in line. Sitting in water now. It's my let's release it. LC Tropical Trick number 4. Let's see if there's anything going on here. Dead pseudobulb. But here you can see the roots are coming out here in several places. So I'm going to rinse this one and get back to you. Well, not all of his roots were dead, and well, I'm going to keep them. I see no reason to cut into a live tissue. So, nice. Next one up on the table in the spotlight is BLC Pores of Paradise GGG. And what about its roots? It's just about time to place it, or shall we say transition it, into semi-hydroponics. I think this is the perfect length of roots that are going to be transitioned. I will not wait any longer. It won't be suitable. So, I will see what's left when I rinse this one as well. Well, this root feels sturdy enough. Nothing happens. The velamen is not coming off when I try to peel it. But still, there's no life in this root. So, for this guy, everything is coming off. So, now this lovely Pores of Paradise is all cleaned up as well as I could. This one, in my opinion, is the most finicky Cattleya orchid that I ever came across. It's got Digbaiana in it, as well as its cousin, the BLC Golf Green Hair Pig. And we've got these two orchids that I just mentioned. They're prone to get, or shall we say, they're susceptible to get black rot. And they're quite finicky, so, well, maybe this is a good start to make a clean start on this guy. I wouldn't want to have any rotting down there at the base. So, and the thing with these two guys being finicky and difficult is my experience on these two guys. It's not a common experience, I think. Lots of people are growing these guys perfectly well, so I guess I'm just being unlucky. Anyway, this is the third one without roots. BLC Nobiles Tropical Sunset Kirin. The one I added, I forgot to order. I finally managed to add this one onto my order. Yay, not an easy task. But this is the one with branching roots. So, these roots I'm going to be a little bit more careful with when I'm cutting them off. So now it's rinsed. And can you see that there's a bit of a heavy branching going on down there amongst the roots? In several places. You can see some green spots in between the roots. There are all some new root tips coming out. As well as he's gonna give us another new growth here, perhaps another one there. New one is coming out, and here's yet another one. Since this one is also a quite recent cane. So I think this orchid does not lack vigorosity. It's a lovely one. And here's the last Barerooted one. BLC Samba Lemon Drop Chocolate. As I say, words are redundant. The roots are of the perfect length now for being transitioned and potted up into semi-hydroponics. It's going to be perfect. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to rinse this one. I'm going to tap it, of course. and see. And press the back side. What's going on? Oh, back there's also something going on. I will have to twist this one a bit without breaking the roots. Oh, I forgot that it had a new growth back there as well. And now I'm going to add gravel to the top to keep the humidity down. And the evaporation even better. Yeah, but I don't want to bury this new Stanhopea, since this one is susceptible to catch rot. Alright, now let's see if I'm going to stake this one up. It sure will need a few stakes, I reckon. And this one, I want to even it out, so it looks a little bit more tidy, this plant. It's not a most beautiful Cattleya to look at, I think, so from the beginning. So let's not make it even uglier. No. Alright, now let's pull this. Let's try to pull this wick a bit, shall we? It really did take an effort out of this world. Whoa! But she managed. Yay! Well, it sure doesn't look that great, but well, I can cover it up with some rocks, I guess. Yay, yay, yay! So now the problem is solved. Yay! All right, cut the stripes here and there, and now the tag, and he's all set. We'll see Ports of Paradise. GGG. And I will make a pop-up of his real name. I almost forget what GGG stands for. Glen what something. Okay. Well, the same procedure goes for the rest of them. And I'm going to place this one, as I always do, into a plastic container and some water to the bottom. But this time I can put some water to the bottom, make a reservoir, even from the beginning. As these new roots, I think they're gonna adapt quite fast, so. Okay. So let's now just follow these 4 guys, and maybe in a couple of months or so, I'm gonna make an update on all of my Brazilian import orchids from Lucke. March of 2021. And well, this is the way I'm doing it, and I find that it works for me here. So this is how it's going to be. I'm going to sit here a little bit away from a window, and I'm going to point the lamp here. Sometimes point the lamp here towards them, since they don't need all that much light, as they're still needs their energy to produce some more roots. But as time goes by and the roots are down there to the bottom and the new growth are developing nicely as well, I can place these guys somewhere else to a more sunnier position. That's my goal, but for now they're gonna sit there in somewhat dampened light. Yes, all of them has been repotted now, and they're looking great, I think. With a small, tiny, shallow water reservoir to the bottom to start with, since they have short roots. If they had long roots, I would only flush them once or twice a week to start with, till I see some new root growth. Yes, and, well, I hope you followed me, my whole video through to the end, since I find it quite important to support small channels and to give them a few more viewing hours, since that's quite important for a channel to grow on YouTube. Yes? Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I really do hope to see you next time. And If you found anything useful in my video, please press the thumbs up, of course, and hit the notification bell if you like to do so. Until I see you next time, take care and have a really lovely time. Bye bye!